What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another banger video. All right, guys. So, pretty nice day today. Hopefully you guys caught some trades today. The markets really just went down. Okay, markets really just went all the way down today. And I think we're still falling. So, right here, I have my pre-market little warm up here that I do on TradeZella. So I have my bias here. You guys can pause it, read it, whatever you want to do. But basically, this was my bias coming into the morning. And you can see both of them like resulted in us really just going down. I expected us to just go lower to take out all of these, all that sell side before we end up going higher. And honestly, we dumped a lot more than I expected us to. So that was kind of my pre-market bias for the morning. And here's the two trades that I ended up taking today. Boom. That was the first trade right here. And I'll go ahead and explain it later, but this is the first trade right here that I ended up taking. And then here's the second trade right here that I ended up taking. All right. So I'm just kind of just show you guys the trades. Now let's get into the actual markets, get into the actual analysis of what's going on. So like I said, guys, crazy markets. It's been a crazy markets this whole month so far of November, but it's all right. So let's look at the open, right? Well, first of all, let's just look at the market. Let's just analyze what the hell is going on here, guys. Look at this. So from last week, you guys can see we came down here, we swept previous day low, and since then we've been kind of just exploding towards the upside. Now, this daily right here, this daily BISI right here, which is just a daily imbalance. This right here is going to be very important. If the market respects this, we're most likely probably going to make all-time highs. And I know most definitely we'll come into this daily right here. So we have a daily fair value gap right here, daily bullish fair value gap, and then we have a daily bearish fair value gap. So I'm expecting the market to come lower, tap into this daily bullish gap. Maybe we'll get a manipulation lower, but if we respect this, I'm going to expect this to continue going higher, at least until we reach this daily bearish gap. Now, if we disrespect this, if we end up disrespecting this and we have a full body closure on the daily time frame, most likely we're going to get a pullback and maybe sweep some highs and internal highs or whatever the case may be, and we're going to continue lower to this low. Or we just might come and fill this wick a little bit more, probably maybe around the 50% of this wick, maybe. Okay, and we have a new week opening gap down here that we potentially would want to come fill up to. And just look at the market, guys. Well, I mean, you can't see nothing here, but just look at the market, guys. We're just going up. We need these corrections at times, okay? Which is a good thing. I don't like trading at all-time highs. If you like trading at all-time highs, we got to get you inspected. There might be something going on in the mental. But yeah, because I don't know. That's kind of crazy. All-time highs is crazy. But yeah, I like the fact that we're away from all-time highs. So we're going to take advantage of this price action here while it's here. But let's just go into the lower time frames and let's talk about market open today and what happened. So the liquidity points that I was mainly looking at for this morning, guys, was Asian lows, London highs, and then we had these intermediate highs right here. I was also looking at these 15-minute lows right here, and you can see none of this actually matters now because of what the market just did. So I was looking at this 15-minute low. I was looking at this 1 hour low right here. I'll go down to the 1 hour time frame. You guys will see it. Looking at that 1 hour right here. And basically I was just looking for reactions at these areas. The market opened up and literally we went straight down. Like literally. Market opened up right here. We flew past this. We flew past this. So as I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, the market is just selling the fuck off. Right. And we're just selling until we got to about right here, which was Asian lows. So I was expecting something to happen at Asian lows right here, and we didn't get anything. The market just kept selling off. So that's how I knew we were primarily just bearish for the day, and most likely than not, we were heading towards this low right here, which is previous day lows, which would be our strongest draw on liquidity, right? And you can see we still didn't hit that, but the market is generating some type of liquidity here. So tomorrow morning, hopefully we do stay right here. Tomorrow morning, I'll expect this sweep and maybe some type of reversal from here to fill up majority of this imbalance. Right now, so we're tapping all these areas and we're not getting any reaction off these liquidity points. Now let's go to the 4 hour because this is where my first trade actually comes in. which is around right here. So you see this 4-hour low here, and then we have this 4-hour low right here. So these two 4-hour lows is what I was looking at next to see if we can get a reaction from here. Another reason why I was even looking in here as well is because we had a 1-hour gap right underneath these lows, right? So we had a 1-hour gap right underneath these lows. So I was expecting the market to manipulate these lows and then see if we can get some type of reversal to target and fill some of this imbalance in here, which we did get. And here was the trade. So here's those two 4-hour lows, guys. Boom. Here's those two 4-hour lows. As you can see, market sells very aggressively into those two 4-hour lows, and we tap into that 1-hour gap. All right. Zooming into the price action on lower time frame, you guys can see we're going lower, lower, lower. Huge gap, which got mitigated right here. Market pushes down. We create this small low. We give a push higher, tap right back into this gap, right? So that means this gap right here, this 1 minute gap right here is already filled, meaning if the market comes lower and I see a sweep of this low and I see that we're inversing this gap, I'm not worried about this anymore because the market has already mitigated this multiple times. Okay, so what happened was once I seen this right here getting filled and the market's already balanced this gap, we got another push lower, creating a new low. So my idea here was, okay, if we can get this inversion, right here, I will take a long. Okay, and I did take this long. I took an entry right here after we got that inversion. Stop loss was at this low. And then we also had an SMT right here as well. We had this low, 955 to 957. It's not a major SMT, but it is a small SMT. As you can see right here, 955 to 957, you can see that ES did not sweep this, but on NQ right here, we did take that low. So that was something, that was an extra little confluence for us. And we ended up taking that trade towards up here. Why up here? Boom, right? Let's zoom out. See if I can find it real quick. Boom. Why up here? This is why. We had a 5-minute gap right here. And not only that, it was mainly because there was a 15-minute gap right here. You can see this large 15-minute gap just based off this huge, huge, huge bearish candle. Now, honestly, guys, I was expecting us to fill a little bit more into this gap. Reason why is because I was expecting us to actually come more closer to the to equilibrium, come a little bit more closer to equilibrium. So I was expecting us to kind of trade into this 15-minute and fill this 15-minute a lot more. I don't think this 15-minute is really balanced. I would really like for us to really hit like the 50% of this 15-minute for me to really say like this 15-minute is balanced. And that's why you see the market probably is going to go and rebalance this and sit right here. That's not where I wanted to sit at, but that's most likely what we're probably going to do here if this continues reversing back higher. Okay. So that was the first trade I took. Now, we ended up missing my limit order here. We ended up missing my limit order. Like I said, I did expect this to go higher. We ended up missing my limit order and I got stopped out. I didn't get stopped out, but I took profits, got about like 1% on this trade. It was supposed to be a 1 to 2, but got about 1%. You can see the market, as soon as we hit this 15-minute, guys, the market printed this just bearish, just, man, watching it live was crazy. But yeah, I got out around like somewhere around right here on this, securing a little bit. And then we actually got back in because this was actually another opportunity for me because we are getting a continuation. So we're tapping off of a 15-minute and we're already bearish. We're tapping off a 15-minute. And I was asking myself, does the market have any other reason to go lower? Yes, we do. We had this 15-minute right here that the market could come and fill, which you can see this wick actually did. And then we also had previous day lows that was sitting right here, which is a stronger draw of liquidity if the market wants to continue coming lower. So we tap into this 15-minute. Now, as I was in my long trade, I'm looking at this, I'm asking myself, okay, is there some way that I can get out or some way that I could take this short? Well, we had a 2-minute IFG right here after tapping into this 15-minute. And I know it is a crazy stop loss, but after we got that, we have a CISD changing the state of delivery right here. You can see the market fully closes. So we have a CISD and we have an inverse after we just mitigated a 15-minute bearish gap. So I took my entry here. The market ended up getting very sloppy. Stop loss was above this high, and honestly, I just took a 1-to-1. Reason why I just took a 1-to-1 on this trade is because I already made profits from the first trade, and I wasn't looking for too much on this. I was just really just trying to make up for that percentage that I lost because we didn't hit the full take profit. So once this hit that 1-to-1 and it got me closer to my daily target, I was out of the markets. So that's pretty much it. I didn't want to force anything. The price action here got a little bit ugly as well. That's why I wasn't really trying to force a full take profit, which would have been somewhere down here. And honestly, I would have gotten break even looking at it because the market came back. So after tapping into this 15-minute right here, I would have gone break even. And you can see we would have gotten break even here. And then the market continues lower, which I still don't think. Yeah, the daily was going to be my main target, and we still didn't hit that. So yeah, it would have just been a break even trade anyways. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Not too complicated. You guys can see, like, this is not complicated, guys. Trading is not complicated. All right, that's simply all I took today. So do not forget to join the Discord, guys. Not forget to join the Discord. Hold on, I got you. Send my pre-market bias here. Have a lot of people in here, a lot of people you can talk to, a lot of people you can learn from. Also have a free course in here as well. Right here. See strategy breakdowns, psychology breakdowns, supply and demand, all types of stuff. Smart money, right? If you're just getting into trading and you need like some good concepts to learn, there you go, right? So it's free. Join the Discord. You have access to that course if you want it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Now, as far as for the NQ, as far as for trading NQ, I have a separate course for that. This is completely different. So about like ICT, I have a separate course for that, which is completely different, and it's kind of similar, but it's not. All right. There's a link for that in the description as well if you're interested in that too, or if you're just interested in like one-on-one and just whatever the case may be. Just check the link in the description, check my Instagram, reach out to me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. Peace out.